Hey everybody, you're watching Cole. I think it's harvest day 3 and we're picking soybeans. During the mornings while Dad and Cooper are getting the machine checked over, fueled up, greased up, making sure everything looks good, I take care of office stuff. So now that they're running, I just got done. I guess we got a new person in the grain cart today, so I'm gonna give them a little bit of training on how to fill a semi and kind of some stuff to look for. And Dad's gonna be running the semis. We're close to home today. The bin site's right there on the horizon, so nice and easy trek. Oh, this is gonna be loud, and I'm probably gonna wish I didn't stand up here, but we're gonna do it anyway. On the right side of the wind today. That's a big old stream. So see how this one's completely full? Yeah. And then this other one hardly has a little pile in it at all.
Right.
So
you want to just evenly distribute 60,000, not full.
Yeah, so you know how it says what your unload is. Just put like 30 in the front, or you know, just take half of what you have on, you put that in the front, and then the other half in the back. The new guy is named Owen. Him and Cooper were classmates. Owen's grandpa farmed, and Owen worked for another farmer down the road last year. So he's familiar with the equipment, just everybody does stuff a little bit different. So we kind of give him the run through, and each piece of equipment's different, so learning all the controls and stuff. He's gonna do great. We always go off that we want you to take your time when you're running a piece of equipment. If we have to sit and wait for you, that's fine. We'd rather have you be safe with it and be comfortable, because the more you're in it, the better you're gonna get, and we'll be back smooth sailing before long, because you run into something, you break something, you plug something, you're gonna be out of commission a lot longer than if you just sit and go a little slower. What are you gonna work on?
Case.
Okay.
The hydraulic back together.
Perfect. All right, Rack, we'll see you later, buddy. Good morning, Combine. What's nice about auto steer, once your red line appears like that, you can just press the button and then the combine just grabs it and it takes you where you need to go. You do have to turn it around though. All right, pony boy, do you want to turn around and pick me up on the way back here? See, the neighbors decided to clean out their junk shed. It's good to see.
We're back to unload another load of beans. I'm eating a chicken strip. Conveyor belt here. You never want to cross it when it's running.
I'm not complaining with that.
Hey, is this the right channel?
Since we tried a bunch of new stuff with our soybeans this year, foliar wise, I'm taking bags of each seed that we have. So this is Luke and Ashley's. This is treated with our full program of the new stuff we tried. When we get done with the season, I'm gonna bring this stuff to Champion Seed and I'm gonna run it through their seed counter. And it's gonna tell us how many seeds per pound. I just wanna see, yield is one metric, but I just wanna see, is one 1,800 seeds per pound, where our non-treated stuff was 3,200 seeds per pound? Because then it kind of tells us, hey, this moved the needle on something. See what Mom packed me for lunch today. Whoops, hot.
All right, working on the K7140 here. Kaboom International. Right up here where that silver is, right there, there's that little screw. Well, that's leaking pretty bad. It's a hydraulic number 1. If you look on the right side, see that black piece sticking out? That's an O-ring, and it's gone bad. So hopefully that's the issue. We're gonna pull that little screw out, pull it off. Hopefully it's just an O-ring. Not really promising that there's just one.
Combine's leaving a little strip right in the middle of the machine where it's not cutting beans. Right there. She gone. On our bean head, we run these Prairie Golden Cut Bear Cut sections, so they're supposed to be more aggressive on green beans and stuff. I don't know, what do you think of them?
I don't know. I don't think it made much of a difference.
We're giving them a try. This is like 3 days worth of running on them. They seem to be holding up pretty good. You know, when you were a little kid and you were doing something maybe you shouldn't have been doing, and then your dad came in just like an angry swarm of bees? Well, I got that feeling when Cooper rolled up with his truck. He was not happy.
What are you doing, stopping?
There's still a little bit of this farm left over there, but that's not quite done enough yet. It's still a little bit green, so we're just gonna do this part of it for now, then head down the road. And this particular triangle that we've been working on, this was the program part, that was non-program. This has been yielding about 76 to 80, depending where you're at going across the field. So it's brought the whole field average up 1 bushel per acre just by us being over on this little part. When we get done harvesting, I'll be able to take all of our program stuff versus non-program stuff, and then I'll be able to circle it on the computer, and then it'll give us actual, like, I can kind of circle the area more precise, so then it'll tell us the bushel per acre difference between them. Because right now, I'd say there's probably a strong 10 bushel difference, at least in the area we're at right now. But it does get a little bit hard, because right where we're combining is where they used to dump all the old hog manure. Years ago, at Luke and Ashley's, Dad had pigs there, so you just went right in the field that was closest to the house and you dumped the manure. So fertility is higher right here versus across the way, so that could also be a factor. That's why we're doing that on all of our fields, basically split right down the middle, so that way we can get in some of those high fertility areas, but the lower fertility areas as well, or the more normal fertility areas, I should say. And then we'll be able to compare things apples to apples there. And it'll be across all of our soybean varieties as well, so then we can't just say, oh, well, that one number was better than the others. We're gonna have a full picture across the board.
All right, filling up 6155M. Got the mower hooked up.
Let's try something here.
Bop!
Boom. Easy as that.
I don't really know if we're mowing corn or hay. This is reseeded stuff. Didn't mow it the first time because it was really short and I didn't want to kill it. But I'd say it's pretty tall now. I'm hoping we fixed that hole. I don't remember if we did or not. No. Nope, hole's still there. Glad I slowed down.
We're done at Luke and Ashley's. We're headed to Uncle Orland's now, which is on the other side of my house. We're just roading her right down the road right now, 45 foot wide. We're about fence post to fence post on the ditches here. But Owen's blocking traffic. He's sitting at the corner, not letting anybody through. Taking the head off's not hard, but it's about it. Hey, I see my first pheasant of the year. It's not hard, but it takes about 10 minutes to do when you're by yourself. So if we can just drive down the road, it just takes us 10 minutes to drive. I say that as the neighbors have the world's tallest mailbox coming up here, and hopefully we can make it over to the top of it. Oh, look at that. We got the tilt. We got the tilt. Oh yeah, right over the top of it.
Sometimes I guess I'd rather put it on a trailer, be a little more careful. I always worry, what if the combine breaks down going down the road? We now have a big mess.
Okay, Orland's perfect. Soybeans. Automatic variety tracking. Yes, that is what we want. I'm guessing this field is going to average 63 bushels per acre. We got a couple different varieties in this field. We can see that light tan one and then the dark tan one. Those back rows up in the hill, that's half-mile long rows. We got some rocks, can be located on that little side hill right there. And then this bottom part and all the way around the house is where Dad used to put his old hog manure when he had pigs down here years ago. So I would guess this bottom part's probably gonna be our honey hole. Beans in this field are big, geez. Basically all of the waterways in this farm are impassable. They have big ravines in the middle of them. So this field's kind of fun to harvest because this is its own field, 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 and that's its own field. And then you have like a spot right here you can cross. You have to go around this one. You can cross this tan area. You can cross that tan area. You cannot cross this area at all, which is right there. This farm needs some tile work done to it, and it needs some bulldozing work done in the waterways. That's something we'd really like to do, at least a little bit of this year. If we could get a couple of these waterways fixed, it would make this farm so much nicer. Because it's a nice farm the way it is, but we get those waterways done. Ooh. My indicators are blocked. This one tells me how hard the head is riding on the ground, so I've been running it like 3. And then this one, the ABCD, tells me what pitch. When you get in a rocky area, you tip it up so your sickles aren't pointed right into the rocks. But then when you're going in a good area, you tip it back down. We usually run it about right there. C1/4, C1/2. Looks like I got a rock. What kind of rock is that? I would guess volcanic.
I was mowing along here and heard some clunking and clanging. And let's see what we got going on under here. We got a broke blade here. Broke blade here. Broke blade here. Broke blade here. No blade there. And if you're wondering what causes you to have that many broke blades, is a 4-foot crowbar. We got Buddy Parker here. He's hauling seed corn with the old Dub 9. And he was coming down the road here, so I drove up the highway. And we're gonna throw some new blades on quick, so that's all I know. I didn't have an impact, but old buddy's got something.
$150 an hour.
Oh, now you're talking about John Deere. I shouldn't say that. This is John Deere. We got new blades on. Should be ready to go. Thank you, Parker Larker. To get to this waterway, we got to do a little bit of mowing. Drop the mower. Go straight through. Oh yeah. Just like that. 2022 mowing is in the books. Just stopped at a local gas station here going to town. So I wanted a Red Bull. Got a Red Bull, obviously. And seen their stuff in the warmer, and they said they had a burger in there. Or, you know what? I'm not even gonna tell you what it was. There was something in the warmer, and I had it, and it was so good. Amazing. But I'm not telling you what it is, because our locals, if you guys watch this, are gonna go in there and buy them all, and I'll never be able to get it. So I'm not telling you, but whatever it was really good.
You gonna help us, Maverick? Oh, you gonna help us? What happened to you, buddy? It looked like you got in a fight.
Have I ever said I don't like fences? You little... He lines up for the kick. Oh, he missed. Sup, fence? See you later. Sayonara. Adios. Hasta luego. Ciao. I'm trying to be careful by this fence. Cooper planted a little close to it. Maybe Dad planted this field. Anyway, whoever planted this field planted a little close to that fence. My head sticks out a little bit past my cutting edge, so I just don't want to catch that fence again. But at the same time, I don't want the neighbors looking across the fence and being like, what kind of farmers are they? They leave beans in their field. Uh-oh, we fall. Oh!
Taking the 84-foot auger, we're gonna set it up here.
Somebody's burning something over there. Wow.
Bring it back up a little bit.
Wouldn't want to hit that one. Oh boy. The actual stems themselves in this field seem to be a lot more dead than they were in the last field we were in. I'm able to pick up a little more ground speed. I'm kind of going that 3.7 to 4.2. So we're getting a lot more done over here. This morning, Dad and Cooper did advance the transport vanes on the rotor over the separator part. So that way we're getting the stems out of the rotor faster to help our rotor maybe stay a little more empty. That way we can also go a little faster. I feel that's helped. As far as our tune that we put on the combine this year, I don't really know yet. It's so hard to say because of just the variable conditions that we've been in. But Justin, the guy who came out and did it, he's going to come out at the end of next week and double check to make sure that the tune actually went through, because I guess that can happen where you download it but it doesn't actually get implemented like it's supposed to. Because in the 340, it's extremely noticeable that it's tuned. The power is just like way noticeable. In the combine, I can't say right now that I really feel a difference, which we should, because we added 40 horse to it. Let's hop out and take a look, see how stuff's looking. Oh yeah, Sheeple could probably turn my fan speed up a little bit, blow those out. Whoa! Take a look at what we're getting for shatter loss here off the head. What happens is these beans are so dry, they just get bumped a little bit and they split open like that. And then the beans fall out down on the ground. So when the reel's coming around, when these are coming through, all those things, just look at those. Beats them right out of the pod. That's why we have this Crary air bar on here, and we really like it. It blows like 200 mile-an-hour air through these tubes that come down. So once the beans cross that threshold, it basically makes it about impossible for them to drop to the ground because that air catches them and blows them up onto the belt. Kind of getting some more beans on the ground here though, out of the back of the combine than I would like to see though. I'm gonna open up my sieves a little bit. We'll leave the lower one for now. We'll mess with that top one. So I think this is the button here. We'll go 18. Days like this that make you very thankful for having a cap. Looks a little better fodder-wise. I turned my fan speed up about 30 revolutions. Why is one side leaving more of a windrow than the other? That's what I want to know. It's looking a lot better already. Look what we found. I'm glad they put that little shelf there, otherwise we would have been swallowing some rocks. I forgot I have nuts in here, but I don't have water. Oh boy. Pero tengo sandía. Oh! We're starting to drag a little bit under these little skid plates every now and again. If it starts doing it much more, we're gonna have to stop. The pods are still cracking open, but the ground's starting to get dewy and the head's just not right and how it should. And what happens is it'll build up under there, and then it'll start building up a pile in front of the sickle, and then you'll have like 3 or 4 rows wide where it's not cutting anything. You're just plowing it over. We're gonna need some fuel in the morning. We burned through half a tank today. I think we did about 80 acres, give or take.